Hi Thumos, welcome freaking back. One shot, everyone knows the rules. We're gonna use the disc from yesterday. Oh Lord. So here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. I'm willing to wager that you as a man are probably gonna deal at some point in your life with not being able to get it up. You're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be like, this woman's so hot. Why can't I get it up right now? It's going to cause you to feel a lot of shame. This is not what this video is about, getting it up. This is just going to lead us into this idea that we need to eliminate shame at all costs and escape the shame trap. Because I really think it's one of the biggest things guys deal with. This is just one aspect. By the way, we've had so many men enter the group, our High Thumos Brotherhood. And they come in and they're like, man, I feel very vulnerable right now. We're like, dude, get to the point. I feel very vulnerable, but I just couldn't get up with this chick. I was so embarrassed. What do I do? What do I do? We're like, dude, what is wrong with you? Nothing's wrong with you. This is something we've all dealt with. Most of us will deal with this. It's completely normal. One time, dude, I went over to this girl's house, and it was like blowing my mind. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. It was our first date. She was really into me, and we're getting on, and I'm like, man, is something wrong with my young body? I thought it was healthy. I thought I was filled with testosterone. I'm freaking out. I go home. I'm looking online at shit. But inside, I kind of played it. I played it like, oh, it's no big deal. It's not you. It's me. My bad, baby. And I realized it actually worked out to my favor. So these guys come in. We're like, dude, there's nothing wrong with you. This is completely normal. And that's what our group is for, eliminating these shame traps, eliminating these barriers in a man's life. There's a lot, dude. There's a lot. I don't know why. It's like everyone's a damn hypochondriac these days. And they worried about every little thing. So what I'm saying is that there's many things that you could feel shame for. You probably know someone or yourself. We could probably wager many men are going to feel some bit of shame in their life. Get rid of it. Okay, get rid of it. And you can always, if you don't make a big deal out of it, you can turn this situation to actually serve you. Trump is a very, very master. He's a master of turning negative situations into positive situations, in creating reputation, in taking just grab her by the puss. He said this is a locker room talk. It was no big deal, no disrespect. It was locker room talk. Doesn't go make a huge deal about it. Locker room talk. Think about it. If you have a girl, you're talking to a woman, and she sees 50 heavenly blessed beauties following you on Instagram, and she's like, baby, this is me. I don't know. Honestly, a girl wouldn't be that sweet. If she's that sweet, I might take a look. She's like, these girls following you. How dare you do this? If you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, baby. Oh my goodness. Why are you stressing so much? If you make a big deal, if you just say, baby, come here. Honey bun. Sweet cakes. Sugar pie. You got nothing to worry about. Daddy's here. Eventually, in 24 hours, she's going to drop the facade and she's going to be normal again. But women will pounce on a man's trigger to feel shame and guilt. And if you're a weak individual, dude, and you break and you give into this, it's over for you. I mean, that just opens a can of worms. What next? What next? The bitching up process has begun. This happens to many men in different ways. I'm using Instagram as one of them. You start giving in. You start letting the guilt drive you instead of righteousness, instead of knowing what you're about. You do not turn negative situations into positive situations. This is like, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of different ways, different examples. I didn't write any of this shit down. So if you guys got an idea of great men in history that have taken a negative thing in their life and turned it into a positive, please post it down below. But all I know is that if you have not killed someone, if you have not, yeah, let's think about what is there. Kids kill someone, done something, gone to prison, done something very, very harmful, bad. What are you feeling shame for? What are you feeling shame for? There's nothing to feel shame for. I don't see the point of living with shame. If you are going to feel shame, it should be like, okay, I really, really messed up. People feel shame for their lot in life. Oh, I haven't made it. I'm not, I'm getting too old. That's another one. Dude, 30 years old is not old. We need to stop acting like we're broken old men at 30. Okay, you were just in your 20s. You were a teenager, 18 years, you were still a teenager, 19 years teenager. You haven't even been an adult longer than you've been a kid. Oh, I'm so old. I got saggy tits. My bones hurt, my knees hurt. Oh, okay, dude. Like, how active are you really? It's just poor living. We gotta stop acting like we're old. Stop feeling shame for getting old. Stop feeling shame for not being as rich and successful as someone else. Get to it. I'm still a little nervous talking to girls. Okay, get to it. Another thing I noticed is that anxiety in all forms, all of these things that, we feel anxious for to not step up. Dude, anxiety is just your body learning swag. It's learning how to carry yourself. It's going through the minutia of details. It's picking apart things. It's your compass. The anxiety that most of us feel is not like a panic attack that will keep us from improvising. It's just ourselves trying to learn and understand the situation that we are not familiar with. Once you realize this, once you let go of being embarrassed and realize everyone kind of feels like this, it's very easy to get used to that feeling, get accustomed to that feeling, and then you can begin to expose yourself more to these anxious situations. Listen, I deal with it too, man. I deal with anxiety too. But I'm telling you, you get over it. You get familiar. You learn that nothing's going to happen. Embarrassment is no big deal because, again, people are afraid to get embarrassed when they go cold approach, say hi to some hot girl in the gym. No one gives a damn. No one gives a rat's ass in the long run. It can come to serve you, but you cannot let shame occupy your existence. So the biggest thing that you need to take away from this is just escape the shame trap. Do not ruminate on BS. Those days maybe you did a little bit too much boozing. You got yucky with the boys. And the next day, you wake up and you're like, damn, you got this anxiety, partly from the alcohol, right? But you're like, did I say a joke that was maybe offended someone? Did I do something? No. Did you hurt someone? Did you kill someone in a car accident? Because then maybe you need to find God, you need to repent, you need to somehow find peace in your life, because you gotta, you're gonna be in hell for a little bit, dude. That's just the way it is. Maybe you feel shame and guilt in this situation. But for the little minor things like, oh, did that girl blow me off? Did she make fun of my clothes? Did she make fun of something that I like? Who cares? It's not a big deal. Like, if you were embarrassed, nothing matters. None of that shit matters. Okay? Remember this. Escape the shame trap. No, I don't know if I pointed yours out today. Maybe you have some far-fetched one that maybe you want to go to confessions in the comments below. I will take your confessions. We have a funny confessions channel in our group. You should hear some of this stuff. You would think that maybe your little shameful actions are like nothing compared to some of these things. We've had some real rat stories, some real trench warfare. Listen, get rid of it. Delete, eliminate. Remember, anxiety is your body figuring out swag, figuring out how to be competent in situations that are unfamiliar and novel experiences. I have realized that everything in this life, most things, let's not be stupid here, but most things are very difficult. They're very difficult, okay, until they're easy, until you realize they're simple. I said this in a video years ago, but everything is difficult until you realize it's simple. All right, which is to say that most things that you see people doing that are fun are going to suck in the very beginning. And you can look at this as like a J curve, right? A J curve graph. The beginning is when you eat poo-poo. You keep going, okay? You keep going, you gain a little bit of skills, competency. You go going, you start having fun, you start enjoying it. This is where you get eventually where you look over at all these noobs and you're like, wow, I don't understand how you guys don't like playing the guitar. I don't understand how you don't like training jiu-jitsu or martial art. I don't understand why you don't like to lift, because all of the people that are here see and enjoy the fruits of the journey, the treacherous journey of getting to that peak. I'm telling you, like, the calluses you develop from playing guitar. I'm new to guitar, man. I don't understand like why people like it so much, but I learned a few chords. I learned like this basic kind of strumming pattern. I can play a little tune, hold a little melody, and I'm like, wow, this is very enjoyable. Wow, like I understand. Will I keep going to mastery level? Probably not, but I'm able to have a bit of fun with it. With jiu-jitsu, you know, people go to a class as a white belt, you suck, dude. I mean, white belt, you're getting your face grinded in by some egomaniac 2-stripe blue belt that you know, just his tits are flopping on your face, and you're wondering, why did I sign up for this? Why did all these guys tell me to do this? And you're pissed. You will eventually be there, but you have to learn and go through the process of shit before you're able to enjoy it. Most things that are enjoyable are not enjoyable up front. It's enjoyable on the back end later on when you gain some form of mastery. And that often, you know, is accompanied by a lot of anxiety before you're acquainted with whatever, you know, activity you're doing. I'll tell you, like, getting on YouTube, getting on camera was very nerve-wracking in the beginning. It wasn't fun, but eventually it becomes this fun thing where you can get on, you could riff, you can talk with your boys, you know, you can talk about some ideas, but at first it's like just getting out of your own head. It's the same thing with everything in life. It's not fun at first. When I bartended, dude, I was stressed out of my mind. Eventually I got to a place where I could, hey, I'll get you in a second, buddy. Yeah, girls over here. Hey, what's up, ladies? See you. I'll get you in 1 minute. Give me a moment over here. I'm serving tables. I'm taking orders. I'm making drinks. You know, freaking getting beers for people. Just all while trying to be a damn psychologist behind the bar to the, you know, the regulars. Where's my beer? It's like, then you start getting in flow. Like, the level of intensity isn't too much for you to handle. But a lot of times we ask way too much for ourselves up front. We fail and then we feel shame. And that is just a giant hindrance to all of our lives. And Thumos is not about that, dude. That is not what Thumos is. It's about stepping up. Keep going. Climb that curve. You know, climb that curve without shame, without baggage. Let me tell you, the amount of the pettiness of shame. Oh, I failed my NoFap. I can't even think about stuff. I'm not even concerned. There's no, like, I just have eliminated. I don't even know what guys are dealing with these days. There's a lot of weird stuff. The amount of degenerate stuff that these people in the past were doing is not comparable. Just is so far above what we feel shame for now. These guys were just degenerates, complete degenerates, like going to hooker houses, Roman emperors, just having massive orgies at their house. Like they made Diddy look like a freaking peasant, you know, like crazy stuff, dude, crazy stuff. Those guys should feel shame, all right? Hurting people's lives, causing a lot of chaos. But the average man, dude, come on, man. Come on. Scoop your nuts. Keep it high, Thumos. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.